Okay, here we are back again at the Eurotour number 100 here in Patrick's Tavern Pool Hall in Rankweil, Austria. And I have a first-class match for you here. And we see a match between Artem Koshovoj from the Ukraine and Scott Higgins from England. So he started in the age of 15. He can get the corner ball, he get the one ball, he got the cue ball in the center of the table, and he has the position on the 3 ball is a little bit doubtful, I would say. I guess he cannot pass the 9 ball to make the 3. I guess he can have a shot at it, but not to pocket it. Maybe he can play it full and play a safety, or hit it on the outside like he did. It's not a closed up safety, but it's a very long shot, so Artem cannot do much with it except to play a safety by himself now. He can let the cue ball run, for example, hit it on the left side and let the cue ball run, or keep it in the shadow of this 3 ball cluster there. 3 ball cluster out of the 5, the 7 and the 9 ball. And that's what he received here. So this looks like a jump shot here for Scott Higgins. Talk about Scott Higgins. He started to play 9 ball 2 years ago. Before he played just the English version of pool with 7 red balls, 7 yellow balls, and a black on a much smaller table. Legal shot here on the 3 ball. But still, it's not nobody has the control over the game now. It's a difficult shot, a difficult cut here on the 3. When he can make that, he might have the control, and he made it, including a possession on the 4 ball. And now with 2 rails around, maybe 3 rails, he can achieve a position on the 5 ball, just where he was standing. Just where he's standing now. Okay, let's check this shot out. 2 rails, maybe an additional 3rd. Here it comes. A little bit too much speed. Now he even puts up himself a little possibility on a 9 ball combination maybe. And he is of course checking more seriously the 5 ball direct shot into the right head corner pocket. Would you go for the head corner, or would you go for the combination? Here he's checking out the combination. Interesting, when you play this combination, you check also out the possibility when you miss it. Will it be a safety situation you can receive at least? And I guess in this case he can keep the cue ball in the middle of the foot rail while the 5 ball is going, like you see. And he made the 9, the main capital city in the Ukraine. Beautiful city as well. I had the opportunity at least once when we played back in, I guess it was in 2004, when we had a artistic pool world championship over there in Kiev in Ukraine. So no position here on the 2 ball. It was a dry break anyway from Artem. So this brings Scott Higgins to the table, and he got now the position on the 2 ball. The angle will lead the cue ball right into the 3. If you like to avoid that, That's excellent. I like that version. When you play like that, then you have to know exactly what the cue ball is doing naturally. So this shows great experience and great feeling. And we check out here Scott Higgins and his experience. He started to play the Eurotour just this year. No, not this year. In December 2008 in Malaga, Spain. The last Eurotour stop during the year is always in December in Malaga for a couple of years now. So he played 4 Eurotours so far: Malaga, Spain, Paris, France, Castelvolturno in Italy, Sindelfing, Germany, and now he is here. And his accomplishments so far, playing 4 Eurotours, means his biggest accomplishment was place number 9 he took in Paris. Other tournaments he went 49 in Malaga, 9 in Paris, 33 in Italy, and 97 in Sindelfing. But this place number 9 shows us surely that he is a really serious player. And here we got a doubtful 9 ball. Would you go for the direct shot into the right side pocket or for a bank shot into the left side? He's going direct shot here into the side and missed it. So that's seriously a bad start for Scott Higgins, leaving this 9 ball here in front of the side pocket. Easy victim for Artem Koshovoj, the very young talented player from Ukraine. More than talented, he's trained very well. I know that he's trained. And here we see Scott Higgins on his second break. 2-0 down, but what a nice break here from Scott Higgins. Look at that. 2 ball, easy position on the 2. Just natural roll, or you might not necessary to stun it, natural roll, and you will receive position for the 3 in the side. You can also play it harder, get it out, play the position for the 3 into the neighbor corner pocket like he did here. So the only challenge here in this game is the 6 ball, going from the 4 to the 6 ball. He got the angle he need on the 4 ball, so now he need to put lots of left side English on it to go 1 rail into the 8 ball, or right side, low right, 2 rails. Oh, look at that, look at that. He's not attempting that to split them apart or to... Is this enough to get a shot at the 6? It is, that's excellent. I like that, that's very natural. He chooses natural paths off the cue ball. I like that very much. He's not forcing the cue ball to go anywhere. And I remember right, he's just 18 or 19 years old. But anyway, here he scratched on the break in the corner, quite unusual. Normally you have a big danger to scratch in one of the side pockets. But to scratch in the corner that's really an accident. Unusual accident. Okay, 2 rails for the 4 ball. I prefer to draw, going 1 rail. Perfect position for Scott Higgins. And with this remaining 4 open balls It looks like that he will tighten up the score when he keeps control. Here you see a nice head camera view, the cue alignment from Scott Higgins. Very accurate. And here comes the tight. So let's check out here this new player, Scott Higgins. Getting the corner ball and scratching in the side. He was trying to draw the cue ball back. No, normally they'd like to draw it back near the third diamond, but it can happen sometimes that you draw it back instead of the third diamond into the side pocket. Big and very costly accident, of course. And with ball in hand, and you have another open table here. So the real challenge is to keep the control till the end. A little bit too hard here on the first position on the 4 ball. Another time he's still got a control, but his positions are not always turning out perfectly. So he's still has some work left here. So he elevated the cue, making the shot harder, and so he's still not in his comfort zone here. Taking a look when he's playing the 6 ball into the left foot corner pocket. The cue ball will go naturally right into the 9 ball, and he's checking out not to make maybe the 9 ball, but to use it to keep the cue ball in position for the 7 in the side maybe. No, look at that. I didn't like that. I don't know if he forced the cue ball to pass the 9, because naturally it would run into it. I don't know if this is a comfortable shot from this position to the 7 into the side, or maybe even in the long corner. He's trying the side and missing it. Look at that. And when you could see his expression, he surely doesn't look very amused about that. And he is leaving a pretty easy table for Scott Higgins, who is now taking the lead. First time in this set, 3-2. Artem Koshovoj on the break. Getting the corner ball, getting the 1 ball. 3 balls crossing the line, so that's really a very effective break. I wouldn't say powerful, because other players using also lots of power, but sometimes fail to get enough balls crossing the head strings. So that's what I mean with the effective, very effective break here from Artem Koshovoj. And now he can let this game look very easy with a break like that. And with a nice open field like that as well. That was really a nice Sunday afternoon. You see that break? How close he missed that corner ball and the one ball, and still a cluster there in the rack area. So this game is break will gonna be very hard one to collect this one. He can play the one ball, and he's checking out the position when he just let the cue ball follow naturally. What kind of shot he can get on the two ball. He cannot make the two ball, but you see the nine ball nearby. I don't know if he likes to take his chance to make the nine ball, which is not a high percentage shot, of course. He surely can play a safety. Just let it the one ball make the one ball in the pocket. Let the cue ball follow naturally. You can surely make a safety when you play the two ball. Ooh. This wasn't surely not a natural roll here on the cue ball. I don't know. He's probably give it a chance to go for this nine ball. And he was checking out what the two ball is doing. Maybe he's trying to let the two ball rolling into the 7 and keep the cue ball behind the 8 in case of missing the 9. Look at the 9, look at the 9. He missed it. Barely, but he missed it. And he is leaving, you see, he couldn't keep the 8 ball between the 2 and the cue ball, so let's see if Scott Higgins can take advantage out of that. Out of position already on the 3 ball. With natural roll, he surely cannot get a position now on the 4. This requires a tremendous amount of something on the cue ball. And he got it. He got it. Enough right side spin to get a very accurate position here on the 4 ball. Instead of Artem has several medals, won several medals at European Youth Championships. Look at the spin of the 2 ball here. So he surely can see the 2 ball, but what to do with it? I guess he can hit it just a little bit on the right side. Send a cue ball over 2 rails and park it right behind the 8 and the 9. How about that? At least keep the 9 and 8 between those 2 balls. From this point of view, he might can get the spot behind the 8 and 9 also, only over 1 rail. Artem Koshovoj so far has played 5 Eurotours before. The highest achievement was place 17, but twice. And it was in Sindelfingen and Italy this year. So the last 2 Eurotour tournaments he made his way onto the last 32. It's hard to judge here the shot. You must be the player in front of the table to judge this shot. If how easy or how difficult the safety behind the 9-8 would be, but he's not giving it an attempt. So instead, he's looking to keep the cue ball behind the 7 or what? Yeah, he's going maybe to draw it and go only one rail, lots of left side, and send the 2 ball. Oh, look at that. Certainly a misjudgment here from Artem Koshovoj. Instead of parking the cue ball behind the 7, he scratched. Ball in hand for Scott Higgins. And here 2 rails, just a little bit low left. And you got a first class position on the 4, just like that. Follow or draw. He's going for the draw shot, so he got now the complete control over that game. Complete control means in this case if he's not producing any major mistake, that this game would be his game. If you have high-class players like those 2 contestants, then you can see it just like that. On the other hand, just for a beginner with ball in hand, it might be almost impossible to run even only 3 balls in a row. That's how difficult the game is, and even though they're on his side, let's check out the corner ball, the 8 ball. 8 ball was catched by other balls from the other side, but he did get the 1 ball, but no position on the 2. He will be forced to play a push out, and he can play this push out very generously, because you see here the 3 and the 9 ball. The player who got a solution ready for this, for the 3 ball, is the player who will have the control over that match, over that game. No, he's not playing a push out, he's playing a safety. Not too bad here, not too bad. Resaved by Artem, a little bit too hard. Is giving him a bank shot, but the position, he cannot do much out of that bank shot, so I wouldn't blame him to play another safety instead. Of course, it can also look like if you can get a position on the cue ball somewhere between the 3 and the 4, then you might can go and take your chance on the 9 ball combination, if you like action. But like I said, I wouldn't blame him to play another safety here. Not accurate enough. Let's see if the safety from Artem will be better. So if you have a problem situation on the table, then normally you don't try to run out when you have the opportunity, unless you have a solution for the problem ready. So that's the reason why we will now see a high-class safety battle between Two high-class players, and here we got a first mistake. He missed it barely. And now with ball in hand on the 2-ball, we are interested to see if he can get, if he has the accuracy to send the cue ball when he played the 2-ball into the left foot corner, to send the cue ball right between the 3 and the 9 and let the cue ball run into the 9 maybe. Let's see. Here it comes. He was sending it right into the 3-ball, which is certainly not a solution now. Here you can see he will be forced to play another safety. Pretty thin cut on the 3. And send the cue ball, keep the cue ball. Yeah. Let it roll between the 7, back between the 7 and the 8. Just like this. And hopefully keep the 7 between those 2 balls. I guess he did. No direct shot for Scott Higgins. Will he pull out his jump cue, or will he give it a kick shot a try? Or a curve shot? Curve, kick or jump? He's not completely blocked by the 7, so a curve might be here the right choice. Ooh. He's trying to make the 3 with a little help of the 9 ball. But it turned out pretty bad for him. And now it's Artem who got the control over that game. And he really needs that game if he likes to stay in this match. And when we can check out also, the winner of our match will play again tonight at 10:30. The winner between Bruno Muratore and Marcel Fortunsky from Poland. And when we check out how the score is in that match between Bruno Muratore and Martin. Oh, I cannot see it. Oh, there it is. Bruno Muratore is leading high, 7-1 over Marcel Fortunsky. So it looks like that the winner of our match will face one of the best players Italy has, Mr. Bruno Muratore, tonight at 10:30. And here with this 9-ball, Artem Koshovoj. For example, big lead A2 for Myers connection over Andreas Schroff. Andreas Schroff, the young player from the Bruchsal area in Germany. We see new player, I didn't heard that name, Christia Ovidiu, leading 7-0 over Stefan Vasiljevic. Bruno Muratore actually leading 8-1 over Marcel Fortunsky. Oh. Did he? Oh no, he's okay. He got the control here. Straight in on the 3, just a little draw. And he got a position on the 4. And he got the right angle, or he can choose both angles. So he got much of tolerance here to go from the 4 to the 5. 5 to the 7, 8, and pretty near of the right head corner. So this seems to be a very good chance here for Artem. Here on the pretty good chance for Artem to tighten up the score at 5-5 when he can keep the control here. 4 more balls to go. In the far left of the screen you can see Mr. Tony Drago from Malta, the former snooker pro player who's now enjoying to play, really enjoys to play pool. It's not a first class position now here. Would you go for the side or for the corner? Nice shot here, nice shot here. Wow. Very nice shot here from our player, I guess with the name of Terry Higgins, former snooker pro player. I remember that back in the 80s. And nowadays they have also, if I remember right, actual snooker pro, also with the name of Higgins. But here it's Scott Higgins who has no direct shot on the 1 ball. You need to be played, you will be forced to play a safety or a push out. In my opinion, if you are not sure about what to do, then if you don't have much to lose, why not playing a push out and see what kind of idea your opponent might has. Because the safety is pretty hard here. You can hit it on the side and then so he's playing a push out. He's giving him a shot at the 1 probably, but also giving him a hard position on the 2 ball. And will he go for it? He's going for it. He's going for it. He's going for a safety, not to make it. Didn't work. But it's a very difficult shot. He probably will play another safety here. Didn't work either, but it didn't leave much, so one after another is forced to play also a safety. Yeah, he might can go for a shot into the side pocket. When he let the cue ball naturally roll, he can also keep a decent position on the 2 ball. He's elevating his cue a little bit. So he tried it in the corner. He tried to pocket it, but it turned out as a first-class safety. Jump shot. This is not an easy jump shot. It's, I would say, 1.5 ball sizes away from the 9 ball. So that's not easy, especially if you're a player who got only like 2 years experience in pool. So he cannot have more experience than 2 years in jump shots. There's no other billiard game where jump shots allowed except here, and he made it. He made the jump, he made the one, but not the position on the two. Not a safety. Here it is. Right behind the 7. That's a very good safety now. Now Artem is in trouble. Need to play one rail kick, probably over the foot cushion. And there's not many balls left to hide when he's playing from that cushion. So there's a chance to receive a resave is very low here. Two rails and missing it. Foul from Artem. Ball in hand for Scott Higgins. So now he got the control. 2 ball. Let the cue ball follow. Give it a right angle and you can let it follow naturally. Cue ball goes to the 3. From there to the 4. Just like a stun shot. And last challenge is to go from the 5 to the 6. Because it looks like that the 7 is blocking the 6 ball into the corner pocket. So either way, on the 6 he has to play a combination shot, or he has to play a position somewhere behind the 6 to play the 6 into one of the head corners, probably, or into the right foot corner, or the combination. That's a tough choice. That's a tough decision he has to take there. Trying to play a good position. And he got it. Look at that. That's a sharp position on the 6 into the left head corner. Very good. Not a perfect position on the 9 ball, but sufficient enough, I would say, for Scott Higgins. We saw enough from him that we found the rails in front of the pockets, and so you have to play much more accurate to make the ball, especially when you come from along the rail. So that's why sometimes, for example, Mr. Ralph Eckert is calling those players from England. He's calling them like always those English sharpshooters he once mentioned. And really they are English sharpshooters. But here we have a sharpshooter from the Ukraine, Artem Koshovoj. So I told you in the beginning we will have a very, very tight and good match here between those two players. Ooh, that's a very sharp position here. But he made it, and it's 6-6. Have a closer look at his break. So the 2 ball is the corner ball. Pay attention to the 1 ball and the control of the cue ball. So you see, he tried to hit it on the side to draw it back like most of the players to the 3rd diamond, but he failed to do so. Instead, which is quite unusual, the cue ball was going in direction of the 1st diamond, and then normally they cannot be successful either way to make the corner ball, or certainly not to achieve a position on the 1 ball. So this was not a good break here from Scott Higgins, the man from Mansfield, England. Nice shot here from Artem Koshovoj. Also very nice position play here. He was using lots of right side English to achieve that. And when you use so much side spin, then the cue ball is not keeping his path, right? His natural path. He's going a little bit out. And you have to judge very carefully when you aim a ball like that. And on the other side, when you have jacked up shots like that, they are certainly not easy. So, even though he was making a good position, a good shot on the 3, cue ball came too close to the rail, and this jacked up shot was... he just missed it. He's supposed to make it though. He's the player, he got the class to make it. If you want to win something on big tournaments like those Eurotours, then you're not allowed to make too many mistakes. Otherwise you won't survive too many rounds here in tournaments like that. Just low right, or right would be enough. Position on the 8. Here you see the Patrick sign in the corner pocket. And Scott Higgins makes the 9 and take back the lead. 7-6 in a race to 9. Thing into 2-3. Then Artem take back. Comes back and make it up at 3-3. And then Scott Higgins take the lead back, 3-4, 3-5. And then next 2 games for Artem, 4-5, 5-5. And so on. So they're going back and forth. A real battle we have here. But when you see the layout here, 2 ball, just a stop shot on the 3. You can go for the 4 ball, 5 is nearby. 6 is nearby. 7, 8, 9. So there's also not a real challenge for high-class players like those two. So the only thing he has to do is keep the control, keep the concentration for the next remaining 5 balls here. You just have to lose the concentration for just a short moment. Especially in the moment of when you shoot, when you aim. And you can be out of position or accidentally miss. Or like here, Scott Higgins missing the position on the 6th ball. He will probably go for a bank now. Ooh, this was close. But he made it. Is including position on the 7. And now this game is history. So, Scott Higgins. Making the corner ball, making the 1 ball, having position on the 2. Little challenge here on the 3 ball. We will see it right away when he plays now the 2 ball. You need a very good position on the 3 ball, which is very close to this edge. And the side pocket is nearby, so he cannot give it much of an angle. Otherwise he would scratch or hit the corner, which will send the cue ball into nowhere land. So he needs kind of a straight in position on the 3 ball, and from a straight in position on the 3 ball he probably will make the 3, but he cannot get a first class position on the 5 out of that then. So this is not over. So this is sometimes the difference. Get the 5 ball on the 3 ball 2 centimeters out of the rail, and it would be a very easy game. But now with this position here, it's pretty risky now to go into the side, into this corner pocket, right foot corner. But he made it. Excellent shot here from Scott Higgins, and so far from this point of view he really deserved to win this match here. So he showed us enough skill, enough experience, enough cue ball control and shot making ability to deserve this match. 2 more balls to go for Scott Higgins to win this match. And he will play Eurotour tonight at 10:30. Scott Higgins wins 9-6 over Artem Koshovoj, and we are back for more.